There is a harsh red pill truth that nobody wants to admit. But leaders of success and change, people like Jocko, David Goggins, Joe Rogan, Alex Hormozi, they all agree on this one simple thing.
Public service announcement to all the simps, the losers of the world. It's time to get red pills.
Now, the red pill movement has many different subcategories, but all those subcategories share something in common. And that's just the shared meaning of awakening or eye-opening and the need for change. And as we acknowledge that there's need for change, it always seems to come along with this expression of the odds being stacked against us. And you're absolutely right. The odds are stacked against you, 100%. We love to say that the government has it out for us. They're more and more corrupt, and the systems put in place are holding us down and keeping us from succeeding. And yeah, they are. We love to blame temptations. We love to blame alcohol and junk food and social media, and those things are all tempting you. They're making you crave whatever they provide, but whatever they provide also is having detrimental effects. And so the odds are more and more not in your favor every single day. The more you play into it, the more they're stacked against you. But the harsh truth is that it's all your fault. Now, I know. People get defensive. They hate to hear that and click, done. No, you're dumb. The odds are stacked against us, and you can just never win because it's just impossible. But people hear that, and of course they get defensive because, well, it makes them feel like they aren't doing enough. But you can actually reframe that and understand that it all being your fault is a good thing. And that's because if it's all your fault, well, you have the opportunity to change it. If it wasn't all your fault, then you couldn't change it. And it's easy to sit there and say, it's not my fault. It's the government, it's Trump, it's Joe Biden, it's the Democrats, it's the Republicans, it's social media, it's porn, it's junk food, it's alcohol, it's opiates. It's easy. And you can do that for the rest of your life. But the alternative to that is you sit there and say, all right, it's all my fault. Just a few years ago, I had to look myself in the eyes and tell myself that very thing. I was over 100 pounds heavier than I am today, massively overweight. I was addicted to 4 substances, 2 psychiatric medications, a complete alcoholic, and a plant-based opiate addiction. I was extremely depressed. I had massive anxiety every single day. I was completely broke and in debt. My life was going nowhere except for directly in the toilet. So I kept looking myself in the eyes. And more, it became just even more difficult because what I saw was just pathetic and gross. But looking into my eyes, I had to tell myself, this is all your fault. You can make the change. It's a massive pit you've dug yourself, but you can make that change. And when you're in these pits, I understand it is easy to just say, oh, what's one more $30 bottle of liquor and a trip through the McDonald's drive-thru when I'm already overweight and I'm already depressed and I feel horrible, like I deserve this. Okay, you can make that choice. You might make it tonight. You might make it a week from now. But one day, you're going to have to make the decision. Because if you don't, it's a miserable life. But it is all your fault, and you have the choice. Right now, today. This is the point in the video where most people ask for you to subscribe, because it massively helps the channel. And yeah, it does. If you want to do that, go ahead. But I'm asking you for something else today. Make a difficult decision today. And if you can, make one tomorrow as well. Do something that's going to benefit you. Because what I want is for you to take the steps to change your life. Because I'm so grateful that I made them in my own life. I want you to find some more meaning. I want you to find some self-improvement, because improving yourself, there's nothing better. There's no greater high, truly. And that seems just dumb. It seems impossible, but it's out there. And it's not easy. It takes discipline. It takes hard work. It could take years. And that's a scary thought. But if you understand how quickly a few years will go by of you just repeating the same cycle after cycle after cycle, well, then you're in an even deeper pit of hell than you are right now. When you could have just taken those steps throughout those years. Like, if you're going to be in misery either way, this is where I don't understand why people get upset over people telling them, stop wasting your time and get to work. Right? When I tell people, You need to retrain your brain. You need to retrain your algorithm. You need to consume content that's going to benefit yourself. The answer is always, it's also important to have balance and to enjoy yourself and relax. And I've never said there's not importance in balance and relaxing. But what time frame are we looking at this over? Because if you're going to have the input right now and it's going to take 2 years for you to completely change your life, you're going to have a lot more balance and relaxation in 2 years over a long-term course, because now you have implementations of actual healthy choices that are benefiting you. And that sounds a lot more balancing and relaxing than falling into these cycles of consumption and poison, because that's what is laid out in front of us. The temptation that is put in our face every day is poison. And that's in many different forms. It's in the form of social media. It's in the form of food, of drugs. Whatever it is, you have to make the difficult decision to choose something better for yourself. Now, I can give you the list. I give you the list regularly. For me, I would always say, as I've said from the very first video I made, the first thing you do is cut out all substances. The next thing you do is physically better yourself. That's diet and exercise. And then next, you work on your mental state of mind. You find things that actually work, and you implement systems. You have discipline and a regimen, and that'll change your life forever with just those things. But I bet you already know what the number one thing is that you need to change. I could almost guarantee it. It's probably been eating at you. You keep needing to face it. You keep telling yourself you're going to attack it, and then you just don't. Well, that's a scary thought. But if you know, again, I'm asking you today, take the first steps. Because just the more and more you check off the list of getting after that, the better you'll feel, the more weight off your chest. And that's more balance and relaxation than indulging in drama on the internet and feeding your brain with nonsense. Who would you like to be? Now, if you think that the person you want to be is not obtainable for yourself, know that I believe it is. Regardless of what you believe about yourself, I believe if you just put your mind to whatever you want to obtain, you would achieve it 100%. It's just a matter of will you give up or will you not? So whenever you have doubt, you can come back here because I believe in you. I believe that human beings have an innate capability to persevere and endure through pain and misery, and to adapt and evolve into creatures that just seem unfathomably better than they were the day before. And how do I know that? Well, I know that because I've pushed through hell. Even after I was overweight and after I was addicted and I pushed through all that, there's still obstacles in your way. I mean, shit, what was it, 3 weeks ago? I was engulfed in flames and burned alive. That was difficult, but okay, push through it. Don't feel sorry for yourself, keep going. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. That's good. That's great. That means you can take the reins. That means you have control. Just don't write it off. Choose to persevere. Plaster your wall with whatever your goal is, with Post-it notes, with papers. Write it out every day. Scream it at the top of a mountain. Scream it in the mirror. Scream it at yourself. And just go crazy over it. And then chase it every day. A little bit of psychosis, a little bit of obsession will go a long way. But what will not go a long way is falling back into the cycle of misery that everybody else wants you to chase, right? Make your circle a little smaller, because I guarantee you there's people out there that just want you to sit around and enjoy the useless content they consume, the poison that they consume through their food, through their diet. They want you to enjoy it. That's not real enjoyment. Right? We are talking here about gratification, about fulfillment to our deepest levels as human beings. We are being led astray as a society, as humans as a whole, to chase small short-term gratifications when in fact there is something deeper and better. And that's what I always tell people. And it's always the distinction between people when people either get upset or they say, you know what? Yeah, I fuck with that shit. I gotta make a change. And right now you can choose. Are you going to make a change? Or are you going to sit there and fall back into that pit of hell? That's your choice. And that's why it is the harsh red pill truth. Everyone acknowledges that, oh yeah, there's an issue here. There needs to be change. But most people won't look themselves in the eye and say, I could take every single decision that I make and make the change for myself. So I ask you today, make that decision. Change yourself. I believe in you.